Welcome everybody as we get into this next game. We are spawning directly on top of moonGLaDe, who's either on NVIDIA or Envy. I don't know if there's any confirmation on that one, but we just saw a very good game. moonGLaDe is the that's not pink, that's purple Zerg in the bottom left, going up against mouzCC, who is the yellow Terran in the top right. I wish you guys to go to zanderfeverSC.TV/vote and to also forgive me, and holy god, mouzCC's the clear favorite. Wow. Okay, after the last game, I can't exactly blame you guys, but wow. That is really one-sided in terms of voting. That's honestly one of the most one-sided things I've ever seen, except for Dragon, when Dragon got to get every single person in his stream to vote as well, and it ended up becoming 97.5% for Dragon and 2.5% for his opponent. That's the only time I've seen a more one-sided voting than that particular one. Alright, well, we are going to be spawning on top of mouzCC, who does not, mouzCC, who does not play ZVZ, he plays TVZ. He actually race picks for this versus Zerg matchups. He does not have to deal with Zerg versus Zerg, and now he's playing against one of the top Zergs out there from Australia, moonGLaDe. Who is kind of in a rough spot. mouzCC did a great job of handling him in the last game, and we're actually seeing, is mouzCC 2-raxing? What food? 13? Oh no, it's just a proxy-ish thing. I think he's going to basically fake the command center first and try and get moonGLaDe to play a little bit too greedy. Then mouzCC may work on doing a little bit of a, wait a second, we have a refinery down already? Refinery's down right now. If Barracks come down, are we going to see Reapers? We might see a Reaper opener from mouzCC. This isn't really a proxy position, especially because of the fact that moonGLaDe's about to see it with this Overlord moving down into that area. But moonGLaDe right now is also looking out to see if it's going to be a refinery first into like a factory type of thing. So he sees the barracks going down about now, he'll probably think that. But here we see moonGLaDe just staring directly at this this barracks, which would be getting a marine first. So I guess mouzCC's going to go for the old school reactored Hellion play, which would be not overly surprising, but understandable and uncommon. Oh, that's what that barracks is for. It's to take out the Overlord. He can lift off the barracks, get vision of the Overlord, and we can see that the one marine will be able to get vision of this. And will he lift up? Yeah, he's trying to get vision to pick up his Overlord, and he actually should be able to pick this off. This is a genius. Oh no, he's escaped. Oh, mouzCC. I got so excited for him. I was like, oh, that's a great move, but, well, you know what? The Terrans out there, there's a little thing you can go ahead and try and do. We see the command center is now down for mouzCC. He'll be starting to get his factory next, and we'll probably go for the reactor with this barracks down here, considering that he should be able to get down a pretty solid build there. And moonGLaDe right now as an extractor is basically going to be doing an amazing job of just delaying this natural expansion. The second. My god, I'm so sorry. It's been such a long day. The games have been crazy intense. But we've got the factory now going down, so it will be reactored Hellion from mouzCC. Kind of the partly the old schoolish style, considering they did go for the command center before this, but he did get the gas before all the other stuff. You got the gas before the command center. I kind of consider old school reactored Hellion opener, as opposed to the gas will expand into reactored Hellion, which is then usually leads into Banshees. But right now we see moonGLaDe is just happily getting his drones out for his 2 base, and he is going to be also building a spine crawler. Doesn't want to be too greedy in the face of Hellions and their good ability to do lots and lots of damage. Alright. So with this extractor going down, with it only having 1 marine attacking it, that's actually a lot of good scouting information for moonGLaDe. It basically tells him that an add-on is being made. Not necessarily which add-on, but he can kind of make an assumption, based on it being TVZ, that it is 99% of the time going to mean reactored Hellions will be on the way somehow. And what's also good is it kind of half prevents Cloak Banshee play coming down. But right now it looks like mouzCC's going to go for a big possible Marauder Hellion or Marine Hellion kind of push, accompanied by Stim after he gets his natural expansion a little bit more established. moonGLaDe has a little bit of supply block, doesn't end in a second. There we go, and 7 more drones coming in. Another supply block, and then it's just 8 more drones, and probably see more drones, because it's kind of what Zerg does, is get drones. I think I should say that some more, because I do. Alright, so Hellion's going across this way, Hellion's going across this way, which is actually a surprisingly smart thing to do to make sure that there are no lings hiding in odd spaces, or maybe even some kind of just drone hitting or hiding or something to try and get different weird hidden bases. There's always something odd that can happen that makes it good to split up just a little bit of scouting, make sure you can see as much as possible. We do see MorroW is going to be throwing down his Star Force. Now he's at a 3-1-1 type of area, and he will be going for a reactor and Marines now, and getting another reactor with his factory. He may just be using this to pump out Marines in total, because he can always lift off this barracks onto this factory and not lose a single bit of Marine production time. And it leads to a very powerful Marine count that's very easily microable, and can then lead to kind of the death of the Zerg. That's usually the goal of the Terran, is to somehow get the death of the Zerg, especially when they're playing TVZ. TVP not so much, but usually they want death of their opponent. That's kind of the way it goes. Oh, the road! Ooh, moonGLaDe getting his third base stop, but he keeps Drone alive, so MorroW is doing a nice job, because the fact that he delayed that, look at what moonGLaDe is doing as a response. He's saying, oh, well, look at that, I'm contained. I have to now go for tech. I'll go for a double gas of my natural expansion. He'll probably start working on his lair tech shortly. He even threw down his hatchery money in his main base for a macro hatch. So he's definitely going to be trying to get this macro up slightly more than he was before. But with these Marines, they're going to rebel against the fake Terran on the map as they kill off that supply depot. But with double medevacs on the way, MorroW could be gearing up for a very strong push. We see his stim is about to complete, and he may time it with the combat shield. That could give him a little bit of an opportunity to get a higher Hellion, Marine, and medevac count, and it will lead for the Marines to be super powerful. But once again, he's actually choosing to wall off with a command center to make sure that he can go ahead and get a safe expansion, and also a beefy wall that's going to be very hard to baneling bust. But moonGLaDe has finally been able to put down his third base, and as far as tech patterns go, he's throwing down and bailing this, so he might go for a big Bane bust. We're 9 minutes in. It's a similar strategy to the last game. It led nicely into some Ling Ultra Infestor type of play, and it's kind of seemed like he'll be repeating this same thing. MorroW's actually trying to stim some of his Marines and everything to move them along and get them down here faster, but these Hellions are going to be a nice addition into this army, because as we see, moonGLaDe is basically Ling only at the moment. MorroW's going to stim. This is going to be great against those Queens, but we got Banes coming into play, but they do get pulled back. The Hellions are going to be a little bit wary. Will MorroW actually be able to... Yes! The Banelings retreat the second they get off creep, and that gives MorroW the ability to turn around and start firing. The Bane is going to be this big threat. If it can explode, will MorroW target fire it down? He does get the target fire down. The Baneling is dead. This third base is going to be forced to be cancelled, as right now we're having all of the Lings trying to engage. It looks like moonGLaDe really wants to save this base. It may not get cancelled. It does not get cancelled. And MorroW continues this aggression. He's doing a great job of putting pressure on to... putting pressure on moonGLaDe. moonGLaDe may be able to save this. He's really being close. That one Bane is the biggest threat to MorroW, and it gets wasted on a single Marine. But these Queens, oh, the Queens, they're dead. At the very least, one is dead, but MorroW's going to continue pushing forward. He's got the medevac healing his Marines really effectively. We even have the last Hellion only just being killed now. There is the death of the Queens, and there is going to be the death of this hatchery, but with so little health on these Marines, we could very well see the Broodlings doing a little bit of damage, but MorroW will just go ahead and leave one sacrificial Marine. He could have theoretically saved it, but, I mean, who saves their troops? Who saves their troops? Apparently not. Well, here we get MorroW seeing his third base going down. Here we get our MorroW seeing his third base down. That's literally one of the worst English sentences I have ever seen in my... heard or said in my entire life. My God. Do you guys actually want to see me catch Hulk versus Dark Force? Because it may not go well, because this is going terribly with my English. Oh, grammar failures. If my my elementary school teachers could see me now, they would probably punch me for failure of my own language. So with these Evo chambers out, they're going to be ready to get out some next level upgrades, but these this layer has to complete first. But MorroW is basically preparing to go for a little bit of maybe some drop play, or just try to put some pressure on. Right now his macro is just leagues ahead of moonGLaDe. He's got 55 SCVs to 46 drones. That is it. We see this third base is dead, and MorroW's managed to kill 58... Oh wait, no, that's the wrong tab. He's managed to kill 0 workers so far. I was about to say, that seems completely wrong, but he has 61 workers. moonGLaDe only has 46. moonGLaDe's been forced to go basically pure units because of MorroW's aggression, especially with the killing of that, oh my God, Banelings. You ready to watch them pop? Yeah. Isn't it beautiful? I swear I'm the weirdest person ever when it comes to banelings. We've got them moving forward. They're fluorescent, and they're going to go ahead and do some loud splash damage. MoonGLaDe is doing the same thing as last game. They're trying to sacrifice all the banes to kill off the third base of MorroW, and MorroW's going to end up losing this orbital command. Let's see, he does lift it, but now we're going to have the banelings. They're getting helped by those Zerglings, so locking a lot of those Marines, but there could be spread of the Marines. MorroW spread. MorroW is definitely spreading kind of nicely. We've got medevac support helping heal them, but we've got so many Lings and banelings dead. MorroW is actually now even with the food count of moonglade. moonglade is still managed to be aggressive, and oh no, if these SCVs can get attacked by the... Oh no, the banelings get the explosions off, and they do a fair amount of damage. moonglade has now managed to kill off 18 SCVs. MorroW is down to 48, which is still more than moonglade. It's still more than moonglade, and MorroW's got 3 orbital commands, but his bottom right area is kind of getting under siege. As we got a lot of these Marines continue to push forward and do even more and more damage as we are continuing to do some more attacking. My god. By the way, guys, it's 4:27 p.m. in 3 minutes. It is going to be the semifinals of the Teamliquid.net Starleague 4 qualifiers. I'm going to be streamed by Teamliquid, so in 3 minutes I will be happy to take my name off of the TL calendar. But right now we see moonglade doing so much stuff. I will continue casting. I just have to tell you guys that they are going to be doing their semis, tasks, and all that. Now we're streaming forward. We've got a lot of Lings and banelings to be pushing forward, doing so much damage. The banelings are trying to target down the SCVs. moonglade is doing a great job of dealing damage with these Lings and these banes as they're continuing pushing forward. MorroW, though, wait, how did MorroW's macro get so high? He's just got so many Marines. He's stimming really well, spreading those Marines nicely. He actually manages to only lose 3 Marines to that clump of banelings. And he's got to be really careful in how he controls this as the Lings are streaming forward, and they're MorroW, did he defend this? What's the worker counts? 36 drones, 50 SCVs. MorroW's ahead in the food count. He needs to siege up, and I would really hope he's going to prepare that siege tank. The 11 kills is seriously important. And oh, look at that! He's managed to get the +1 vehicles weapons attack. That's really important because it means Zerglings will get one-shotted by siege tanks. And there we have a thing of mules going down to the bottom. Oh, by the way, there was an attack over here where the third base went down. I missed that, but that is what happened right over here. So just to let you guys know, moonglade is basically now in an all-in position as we're having a ton of these Lings and Banes pushing forward. moonglade is only making Zerglings, but he's got to be really careful in how he maneuvers. He's got the banelings too far behind, and he loses some Lings for free. MorroW has stemmed forward. He's going to start attacking some of those Lings. He does take out a fair amount. We're having more and more units going down. The siege tank is here. It's going to get a nice amount of kills, doing damage down there, but he's got to be really careful as these monglades going onto the ramp. He's going to get hit by so much splash damage that the Marines are spreading really nicely. MorroW is just doing so much. What is 8 p.m. this game? Look at that. 3.84. GG. Smiley face. 5 a.m. sucks. That it most definitely does. But that is game, guys. That is absolutely game. We've got Huck versus Dark Force next, but it's 4:29, guys. You should also feel free to tune in to the Teamliquid.net Twitch, where there will be the semifinals starting to be casted. If you guys are interested in that, feel free to go ahead and head over there, but I would obviously like you guys to watch both. Watching both would be super helpful, as it just gives more numbers to the TSL just in general, and that's what really matters. We want TSL to go up there.